for the treasures unseen.
Brian's got the patience, keeps the ledger clean.
Kentucky mornings, coffee in hand, hitting up sales in a beat-up van.
Old tin signs and a vintage dress, a dusty old trunk, who would have guessed? Hidden in the corner past a broken chair, we strike gold when we're hunting out there.
Every haul's a gamble, every finds a thrill, from the attic to the auction, chasing that hill.
Storage secrets, so we're digging through time. Rusty old stories, every dollar, every dime. What's buried in the boxes, you just never know. Storage secrets, where the treasures grow.
Auctioneer's voice is a runaway train.
Brian's got the bid, he's sharp as a blade.
Holly cracks a smile, whispers that's the one. Another mystery, the hunt's just begun.
Lampshades, postcards, porcelain plates, flipping on what not, we're setting the rates.
eBay's buzzing, buyers in a line.
From a Kentucky yard to a worldwide find. Storage secrets, so we're digging through time. Rusty old stories, every dollar, every dime. What's buried in the boxes, you just never know. Storage secrets, where the treasures grow.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Launchpad Season 2. We have for you today Bryan and Holly's from Storage Secrets, and I hope you guys didn't mind. I hijacked your intro.
That was awesome.
You're welcome to. That made us so happy. We were cheesing back here.
So I wanted to do something special for y'all, since you guys have been with us from the very beginning. Super fans of you and your business. And of course, we are your mission control for all things reselling. If you haven't heard, this is Launchpad Reseller Podcast Season 2. And we are joined by Tennessee Treasures. Ellie, how are you today?
I am doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. And of course, Facebook hates us, so we're not broadcasting through Facebook. So that's now 3 times this week, this month. So I apologize for anybody that might have tried to catch us there, but we'll try to post later to Facebook, so that way people are going to see this as well that don't want to get on the YouTube. But so
YouTube.
Yeah, so a few orders of business before we get into the interview. So we are now baby monetized. So what that means on this channel is that our chat can now do what's called super chats and other emojis and things like that. So to support the channel, you have that option now, or you just give a kind like and subscribe. That helps too. We appreciate you guys liking and subscribing. And we are so close to our watch hours, y'all. I mean, it is like a nail biter. It really is. We're super close. So if you can help us out there, we greatly appreciate it. And also on the Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music, we are just absolutely crushing there. So we appreciate everybody listening in, and for making that happen. We appreciate y'all. So those, I believe, are all the updates for the channel. And now we're going to go ahead and get into it. We love you guys. Yeah, exactly. Let's get some hearts out there. We appreciate you. So Bryan and Holly, thank you so much for doing this. Appreciate you taking the time. So I know we were talking a little bit off camera behind the scenes about the business. Why don't you guys fill us in on how you got started in reselling and get us all up to speed on Storage Secrets?
Yeah, for me, it was watching people like Locker Nuts, just seeing what they found, the treasures that they found, and more than anything, at first, was just treasure hunting, getting out there and finding old vintage things. I was always big with sports cards and knife collections and stuff like that when I was little. Kind of gave all that up as a teenager. But as I got a little older, we started thinking, that would be cool. Let's go see what we could find in some of these storage units. Not really so much focused on making money at it, but just, see what we could find more than anything. And then it hit us that, hey, we enjoy doing this. We like the thrill. and the nostalgia that comes with finding all this great stuff. And I think that we decided that, well, we'll kind of do it as a part-time thing for now. Let's just see how it goes. And it's just growing, and every day it grows a little more. I give most of the credit to Holly. She's the one behind the scenes making everything happen. As I spoke earlier, I have a full-time job, and she does this full-time. So for me, it was just finding treasures at first, and building my own small collections. And then once you get into storage units, you figure out that, man, you have to have a lot of room to go through these storage units, and you really need to start selling some stuff and or donating and giving away. So we decided we was going to try to go a little bit more and see what we could do. So she's pretty much doing things full time now with it. It's made me happy, excited.
Nice.
That's
So circa what year are we talking when you started?
This just 2024, just a couple of years ago.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
like I said, we're babies in this game. When we put our mind to it, I guess I at least go all in. So that's what we've tried to do. Just support and be there. And I'm nosy. I love storage units. So yeah, it's fine.
Perfect.
It's fun. You get that dopamine for getting
Yeah.
good stuff, but I'm also just nosy. I want to see
Yeah.
stuff. So that's
Sleuthing.
part of me.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you
But
take
your
us back to
detective
the
hat.
first storage unit that you bought? Like, what did that look like? Was it overwhelming? How much?
Do
was
you
it?
remember the very
Nothing.
first one?
Honestly, I can't remember.
No.
I know that
I
we
do
had
remember the very first
unexceptionally
one.
good
I do
luck.
remember the
Which
very
one
first
was it?
one. I bought a $10 locker
Nice.
just to see.
Let's see if I remember.
Very small. It had about 6 boxes in it. On the boxes, it had wrote fragile. So I thought, let's take a chance, see what's in here. Maybe we got some collectibles. And every box was old vintage collectible
I remember.
teacups
Mm-hmm.
with a plate to match.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they were worth crazy money, but for $10,
Mhm.
I think
Yeah,
we
that's
probably had $400 worth of teacups
Mhm.
and plates. It was just really nice and great shape. And that did kind of start us thinking, well, what else could be out there if we bought one for $10, just a few boxes,
Yeah.
and we find $300 or $400 worth of collectibles. It's
Mhm.
very nice.
Yeah. So you guys open up 6 boxes of teacups, and you're like, "What are we gonna do with all these teacups?"
I didn't realize I liked teacups.
That was
Until I
definitely
found
him.
them.
Me, I was like, ooh. I was like, glass.
That's awesome.
I'm unhealthily addicted to the glassware, and much to his chagrin, and I was just in heaven. I do remember that we had unusual luck. That's one big thing that I want to make sure that especially new folks learn, that our first maybe 4 units, 5 units possibly, they were just unusually good luck. It was little to no trash. We had made good money from these units. One of them was the best unit to this day that we've ever found. We have not found a unit that good yet again. So yes, it's great to treasure hunt and find expensive, fun things that are unique, but don't get your hopes up too much right off the bat.
Well, I've tried one storage unit, and it was a small unit too. I think it was 5 by 5.
Mm-hmm.
Are they that small? I think it was 5 by 5. I think I paid like $60 for it,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought it because there was like a dirt bike. Yeah, like a little dirt bike in there.
Oh, wow.
I didn't find the charger. I don't know if it ever turned on. I sold it as is for $100. So that off the bat. But the rest of it honestly wasn't that great. There was a lot of personal photos.
Mm-hmm.
There was VHSs and DVDs that weren't that great. Some people do really well with media, but this media wasn't in great condition. So
Yeah.
It's definitely hit and miss for sure.
Oh, for sure. We got one, and I think it was probably our most risky one. It had just a few boxes in it, and we paid, it was the banana liqueur thing. The only thing we wound up getting out of this locker was like 4 boxes of some kind of weird banana pineapple rum. And we were like, we're not going to drink it, but surely somebody will.
that's great.
So I
That's
think
fancy. That's way too fancy. That's way too
I
fancy.
mean, that's nuts.
That's awesome.
That's
I
awesome.
gave a lot of that away.
Yeah.
Gave it away.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got rid of it.
Yeah.
Hey, free booze, right?
Yeah. Sometimes the reselling game is like that, you know.
Mhm.
Jeez, it's tough out there on those streets. So the
I'm
fact that
telling
you guys were so successful right off the bat, man, that had to been like a little confidence booster.
It
So,
was. It was.
Definitely.
It was a quick learning curve too. Like he said, the biggest thing people don't think about is where you're going to put all this stuff, and you have to, from the get go. Our biggest piece of advice is to have multiple avenues to get rid of these things. You have to have a Goodwill or a donation center of some kind in your area. You got to have Facebook Marketplace to post these big things. You've got to have, flea markets. Get in those flea markets on the weekends to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff super fast. So there's a lot of different ways that you can't just stick to one. I
So
don't
what did it look like
recommend
for
just.
you guys early on, like, because I remember with a 5x5 storage unit, when I looked at it, it didn't look like that much stuff.
Mhm.
When I
yeah.
started taking boxes out of there, I was like, where the hell is all this coming from? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. And that's exactly it. It never, hardly ever looks like the amount that it actually is.
yeah, I was like,
Because even though we've seen how many now, it's still hard to judge that depth and
Yeah.
the height. And even if I know this is a 10-15, we've gotten 14 10x15s. You still don't know. The boxes could be half empty. They could be completely full. We've had stuff hiding under things. We just found a safe we had no idea was in the unit.
I saw that video.
2 safes. Oh, I mean, it happens. We didn't hit it rich, but
We didn't find anything in the safes at all, but
an old iPhone. No, we found an old iPhone. One of that safe.
it wasn't
It's a
much
piece
worth
of history.
talking about. But the just the adrenaline that comes with finding something like that,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the
Yeah.
excitement.
for sure.
That's part of why I started it anyways, was that
Mhm.
excitement, and it's grew a whole lot since then. It seems like every time we find a unit, we're surprised that
Mhm.
it's something that we didn't get to see in the picture because we do all our online units.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't mind going in person sometime. I've just
That would be
never done that yet.
Yeah. So what's the biggest unit you've ever had? Is it the 10x15 or are they bigger than that?
Yeah, you can get them all the way up 40,
Oh,
50 feet. Just
warehouse size.
yeah.
Really?
I've seen them pretty big. Now, as far as us, I think we might have got a 20-foot container
Once,
or a storage unit
but it wasn't
that
full.
was halfway or
Yeah.
better full, but it's a lot of space, and I think our trailer is a 12 by 6 foot enclosed trailer, and even with that, we had to go back several times to get it all.
Mhm.
So,
Mm.
and we travel pretty good distance to get this stuff most of
Mm-hmm.
the time. I mean, not crazy, but an hour or hour and a half, 2 hours away sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For those that didn't clue in from the intro, you guys are out of Kentucky. So we'll go ahead and set the stage for folks if they didn't realize where you're getting these units from. Not that we want anybody in your area, but stay out of Kentucky, by the way.
Come to Tennessee.
No, I'm just kidding.
We're happy to connect. Healthy competition. There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that. We just
Yeah, so
keep
let's
each
talk
other
about it.
sharp, right?
Yeah, let's talk about it. What's the competition like there? Is it like fierce or is it, kind of
I
just
mean,
relaxed?
I think I've seen personally, he doesn't get to go out sourcing with me, unfortunately, a whole lot. We go to the bins. We've been to the bins a few times and yard sales and stuff like that. Seems to be fairly fierce at the bins. Just we've only been about 3 or 4 times. And I'm talking like people reaching over my head for stuffies, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm in your way.
I'm so sorry about that again.
Bob, that was you, wasn't it?
Yeah, sometimes
6
it does
foot,
get a
how
little
much
crazy
dog
with the
is
bins.
Right.
Claw
I'm
machine.
6'5". I'm 6'5", but know what I do is I do the
To reach around. Yeah.
yeah. So because my arm span is so long, like
He's got
I was-
that albatross arm span.
I was that
Just
kid at
reaching
the
and grabbing.
I was that kid at the dinner table that could smack his sister across the table and pretend like I never did it.
That comes in handy at yard sales too and things, I bet.
Yeah.
Just reach right in between people and grab stuff.
Yeah, it can come in handy at the bins. I'm always being asked to grab stuff for people, so
Right.
I don't really mind if I'm in that bin anyways. Like it's not a big deal.
Right.
But so that's interesting. You guys are doing storage units. You're doing a Goodwill outlet. You're doing garage sales, estate sales. I would assume you're doing everything, right?
Yes.
That's the thing. Yeah, we started out as storage secrets, but we both have ADHD. Mine's
We
raging.
do.
It's a little milder.
Welcome to the club.
But yeah, I mean, it's so
Everybody
fun
now.
to stick to one thing, right? Welcome to the club. We gotta diversify.
We really enjoy all of them. I mean, honestly,
yeah.
we probably find our better deals at yard sales and
Mhm.
estate sales.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, if you get a great storage unit, there's nothing beats that because it's stuffed full of stuff for one price of money, and you get
Mhm.
usually if it's a good storage unit. Like I think I paid $500 one time for a storage unit,
Mhm.
and I'm sure we made at least 5,000 off of that,
Mhm.
just with what was in it. A lot of new with tags and
I think that
box
was our
stuff.
best one.
And if you run into something like that, I mean that's going to be your best thing you can get. But
Mhm.
yard sales and the auctions,
Mhm.
the real estate auctions and stuff, they're
Estate
great.
Yep.
You can really come out of there with just $100 worth of stuff and maybe not make 5,000, but you can make 10 times your money on those a
Mhm.
lot of times.
That's my
Like
favorite.
estate
Is the
sales
estate
or-
sales.
Okay, estate sales, yeah.
That's
Mhm.
yeah. That's I think our biggest, like you said. That's the best place to get something for $1
Uh-huh.
and flip it for 100. And it's crazy that you can do that to me.
And we've done that
And we-
actually.
yeah.
She did that not long ago. We bought a $1 Billy Bass.
Big mouth Billy Bass.
Billy
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Bass.
that's good.
It's
Get
a
up
little
there.
electronic. You push
Yeah.
the button, he
Mhm.
does all the singing. She bought it for $1 yard
Mhm.
sale. She stuck it on eBay, $100. Somebody bought it
Mhm.
within no time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
was
if
Yeah.
you
great.
Got a
find your
question
Billy
here.
Bass, make sure you get it.
Absolutely.
But
Question?
that's a thing that I did not know until I saw I can't remember what reseller I saw, honestly,
Same.
but I saw a fellow reseller and it was
Yeah.
like, hey, Big Mouth Billy Bass or the big bolos.
I
And
feel like that was Harry Tornado. I don't.
it might have
I feel
been.
like
It
might
very
have
well
been.
might have
There you go.
been.
We watch
Like
him a lot.
literally that next weekend, we went to a yard sale and they had like 2 tables and nothing hardly there. And I was walking around like, and I saw that Big Mouth Billy Bass. My eyeballs got big and I shot straight to it and snatched it off that
Very
table.
nice.
So did it have the charger?
He looked at me like I was
like,
crazy.
okay. I mean, you got a little
Yeah.
boy talking bass.
You want a fish?
I had no clue that it was worth that much to somebody.
Fishing
and
lures
you know-
can be good too.
Yeah, and
Don't
you know
know.
that person left us a review and said it was great and they loved it and it was amazing. But in our brains, never would have thought. So that's another big tip: is broaden your horizons. Just because you don't like it or you don't know anything about it, it truly does pay to be an everything seller sometimes. If you can, expand.
Oh, don't get Ellie started again. Don't get.
I saw the look in your face.
I was just like
Just
Ellie and I.
now.
If you didn't know, we were niche down in toys, mostly for us.
I didn't know.
Yeah, we're just plush solely, so that's all we do. And
Hey.
I do a couple of
awesome.
other categories, but it's majority toys.
Yeah.
And that is awesome. We love plush. We love toys, and that's an amazing space to be in.
The ADHD in me struggles because if I see something that's worth $100 and it's a buck or two, I'm not
Yeah.
leaving it.
Yeah, I think that's what keeps me from niching. I want, it's like this day I want to focus on this thing, and then this day I want to focus. I want to niche down, but only a day at a time. You know?
Categories.
I want to.
So we had a question in chat. Amy Hall asked, "Do you do pallets? Do y'all do pallets at all?"
We purchased one pallet and we loved it and we absolutely got our money back. Unfortunately, the business that we got it from isn't in business anymore. It was here in Frankfort in Central Kentucky, but they were a great business. I think we spent $150?
It wasn't bad, yeah.
I think
something
we
like
spent
that.
about $150 on this pallet, which was not bad. It was about 4 foot tall, totally full. So we were like, in pallet math, if you spend or get at least $1 an item, we're more than okay. So, I mean, we got that within the first probably 2 weeks
Yeah.
from the
What was-
flea market.
What was
and
in there? What was in the pallet? Just curious, like what items?
It was just Amazon home
Miscellaneous.
goods. I mean,
Oh,
shelves, garden netting. We had some empty caulking guns for arts and crafts. Just a bunch of random stuff. Now, if this if this had been our second or third pallet purchase, I honestly probably would not have bought this pallet. But it was the right price point, and it was our first entry pallet. We've got the video up on it, and we were very happy and very surprised, and absolutely look forward when we have more space to getting another
I was
one.
just gonna ask. That was my follow-up question from earlier. It's like
Mhm.
space is obviously a thing. You said you try to use ways of liquidating a lot of stock, flea markets, etc.
Mhm.
Is that just a strategy right away? See how much you can actually get rid of first, and then go to eBay, or do you guys like? What's the strategy? Walk us through that.
Yeah, a lot of times in storage units, you just don't get big money items sometimes. So
Mhm.
you end up with a whole lot of, let's just say, yard sale or
Mhm.
flea market type items that might be worth a few bucks, might even be worth just $1. So you might have some $5, $10 items in there. But, eBay, we try to put a little bit better quality items, a little bit more expensive items on there.
That's my number one, I have to say.
Yeah.
I like to, whatever we're doing, whatever we're looking at, I want eBay sold comps. We love Whatnot. We love our Whatnot family. That's one way we got into plush and everything. I'm just not a great live person. The auctions make me anxious,
It's tough.
and I always question myself and prices. So I'm a put it on a platform, list it, and get a cha-ching and sell it. But we also like having the availability of Whatnot and that community and things like that. So yeah, that's definitely another way that we look. Is this an eBay item? Is this a Whatnot item? Is this a flea market item? Do we need to donate this? Is this a burn when we get home item? Because we have a big old burn
Put it
pile
right in the
too
burn
that
pile.
people don't think about.
For instance, we had the locker that we had that was probably our second biggest one was all the plushies that we just bought. I want to say there's around 1,500 to 2,000 Squishmallows, and they're
80 trash bags.
they're not the small ones. More of them are the big ones than the small ones. So that takes up a lot of room.
The Squishmallows, that size.
It instantly filled up half of a 40-foot container and left us with no space until we can get rid of some. And we have got rid of
bags work
some.
wonders on those Squishmallows.
Yes. I've heard that. I don't know if we have the money to invest in that many. I'm telling you, we're donating several. I'm donating several bags tomorrow. We've got several organizations. If you're blessed, be a blessing. They're going to other places to make people happy, and I'm ecstatic about that. We're going to make room. We've still got flea market trips to do. A bunch of kiddos are going to be super happy to grab a huge Squishmallow for $1. So, but a lot of them are going to go on eBay and Poshmark and Mercari, and we're doing a little bit of all of it just to move it.
We just recently went through our Squishmallows. Like we're talking about, I don't know, there's like 10, 15 contractor bags full. So we got caught right at the end of that trend.
Yep.
And I was like, oh God, I feel so bad. So right now it's just about space for us because we need the space more than we need the, money or whatever we can get for them. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to donate. We're licensed foster parents, so we'll probably donate to one of the either foster closet or the state itself. So that's what we plan on doing. Sometimes you're in front of a trend, and sometimes you're at the back end of a trend. And that's just
Absolutely.
how we're reselling.
Those few years ago.
Absolutely. Now,
2 or 3 years ago would have been nice to find all those.
We've already made 4 or 5 times our money back.
Sure.
I mean, it's not the money. Just from the content alone. That that locker is what blew us up. Like, not even playing. We had maybe a couple thousand people before that locker.
Yeah, and that locker was super cheap. I think we got it for $70, 80 maybe, something like that. I think people was kind of like, I don't want a bunch of black trash bags full of something.
We do.
But Again, that's just part of that excitement for us. What if? What do you think could be in there? So
Yeah, what if there are gold bars in there?
Rent a storage unit and throw trash in there.
Yeah.
And pay money to keep it there.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked pretty nice and clean.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a gamble always. But
and a lot of people
I like a good gamble.
Yeah, right. He does. He loves a good gamble. He's great at sports cards on Whatnot. If you guys need sports cards, good advice on Whatnot, this is your guy.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't understand my excitement for that, the trash bag locker on that video. But if you've never bought a storage unit, and that's something you can't explain to everybody, that literally could have been trash. Those could have been infested with something. Yeah, it was only $80, but still, it could have been horrible.
It could have been.
And we still would have made a video about it, but that's why I was so excited, because it was literally just all brand new merchandise, which, as we know,
I think I remember that video now that you're mentioning that. There was a lot of comments like judging, hating, whatever.
So mean. And that was our first intro to that too. Really, to that world. And I'm not gonna lie, they got me for a minute. And then I was like, okay, thank you for commenting and watching and engaging.
Right.
You just gotta switch it up, and now it just makes you smile every time somebody says something mean. Because
I love a good hater in the comments, because I'd be like, I remember Ellie, the first hater I got. I was like, hey Ellie, I made it finally.
Finally, somebody's being mean to me.
Finally. There's been plenty since. Let me just tell you.
Right?
Well, when you open yourself up to the general public, I think that's just part of it. And we do this freely. We give ourselves to the internet, or at least a piece of it, right? To the internet. It's just part of the deal. I would say 90%, 99, even 99% of the time, people are just more encouraging than anything.
Yeah.
There's just a few people out there that are just ornery.
Yeah, and it says more about them than it does about any of us. That's the most important thing to remember.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. So social media is an important part of every business, and at least it is nowadays. What's the strategy for that for Storage Secrets? What do you guys, is it long form for storage units? Is it a mix of what's the vibe in your content for those that are just learning about you?
Sure. So originally I was all about YouTube and long form, and everything we filmed and did, I was filming it, horizontally for YouTube, and that was it. I wasn't focused on monetization on Facebook or anything like that. We were just laser sighted. But then, you post a short and it hits 1,000 views in 4 minutes, and you're like, oh, I gotta do more of that. So, and then you just start experimenting, honestly, at this point. And that's, I think, how we got here. I don't know if you guys saw any of the trial reel feature that Facebook had. We tried that, and that pushed us to a bunch of followers that weren't already following us. And I think a lot of it just comes down to algorithm. And these days, thankfully, Facebook is now showing you what it wants you to do. Your reels between this many seconds and this many seconds perform this % more better. So do that more.
Do this thing.
They're kind of making it easy. But still, I think it's important to try different things. Like, I was all about short form on Facebook, and then I posted a 4-minute and 40-second long video that was horizontal instead of short, and it got 25,000 views. So
nice.
It makes no sense, but it makes it nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just going back and forth to see what works. People love so far our locker looks. The first look as soon as that door opens, and our thrifting. The for some reason, people love to see you walking through a pair of doors.
Getting out there and actually doing it.
Yep. And that's what we're trying to do. Show people what they want.
Yeah. I think it was Jimmy Old School Flips that said, make the content people want to see, and then you're able to make the content that you want to make after.
Exactly. I'm trying to meld them and give them the format that they want and that opening, and then I can squeeze a little bit more, whatever we want to in there.
So let's circle back to reselling for just a second. Kurt, what's like the best item you've ever found? And we'll go through the niches. The best item you found in a storage locker. Go.
Oh,
And now it doesn't have to be the most valuable, right? Just
Okay.
what is like your favorite item, maybe, and then you can do price if you'd like. So
Okay. I have like a genre that's your favorite. I already know.
I like anything sports related now. As
Or
far as,
Native American.
yes,
Anything Native American is staying home. We love that type of stuff, and animal carvings and things like those are our number one. We're gonna keep that stuff. We're not gonna sell it. So again, that's just one of the perks. As far as like the coolest or like,
There's so many.
I found
So
a
many cool
scooter,
things.
like it's hard to pick a favorite of anything.
It really is.
And a lot of stuff melts together. Now, if, like I said, if you ask us for the biggest profit things, or like, you know, we love stuffies, the vintage things are our favorites. One of the very first stuffies we ever got, though, was a modern one. And it was in that storage unit that was full of, it was a backpack, some kind of grungy bear backpack that's modern and popular. We had no idea about. And it sold for $120 in like an hour. And we were like, okay.
Never heard of
Never
it.
heard
before.
of it. Never
Were
seen
they
it.
teddy bears, I wonder? Teddy bears?
I have no idea.
I can tell you,
those
it
are
was
popular
made into a
anywhere.
backpack. It was really high.
I think it was
quality.
already a backpack. Yeah, it was some like grunge,
grunge.
way
Something.
under our age
Yeah.
limit. Way under. No idea.
we get a lot of that, specifically on Depop. They're asking all these questions about something, and I'm just like, it's like anime or something. And I'm just like,
See
I
what
don't
you
know. You get what you get because that's what AI told me. I'm terrible,
Right.
terrible reseller.
No idea.
It really is hard to pick a favorite from all these storage units. We found so many different array of things, from clothing, just brand new stuff, shoes. It could have been socks
Yeah.
or t-shirts, but when you have all new with tag, it's just easier to get rid of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we found probably a couple different storage units already that was pretty much newer stuff with tags in it, and
Crazy.
I don't think that I don't think we've ever paid more than $500 for a storage unit,
Not once.
and for the most part around 100 or a little more. And to get something for that cheap, like a 10 by 10, just full of, it could be just socks,
Yep.
and of course we all know how expensive socks are and clothing these days.
It's
So
brutal. Back to
you get
school.
thousands of socks
Ellie's like, I know. Back to
repair. You're helping people out,
Yeah.
and you're making money off of it. And
Yeah.
so I could say that we always look for. We're hoping for new in the box if we can get it, but we also love vintage stuff. So it's a toss up. You never know what you're gonna get.
For sure.
So, as everything sellers, would you say that there is one specific category that profits you more than other, or how, like, what do you see when you're selling?
He's gonna hate to hear me say this, but it's glass.
Glass.
I mean, it really is. Other than straight up nostalgia, like a Beavis and
White
Butthead
cake,
doll, or a
90s
Ren and
baby
Stimpy, or something from our childhood, Rugrats, something like that. It's glass for us every time. That's what I sell the most of. That's what people want. That's what's popping on Etsy for us all the time. The
Vintage.
trinket boxes, the vintage
Mostly
goods.
vintage,
Yeah. We don't, honestly, unless we buy it in a storage unit, we deal in very few modern things. Unless it's like a flip we can pick up at a yard sale. We're old souls. We like the old stuff. If it smells mildewy, I'm probably want it.
That's the smell of money right there.
Right?
That's awesome.
Stuff.
I don't want to hear any customers complain that something smells funky, because that's what we deal in.
Yeah, granny core, right? That's what's hot right now. Anything that grandma had. So we have another comment from Amy in the comments. Ellie, would you mind?
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Amy says, do you have any advice for people just starting to learn the value of items and which ones are worth going for?
Sure. So, like we mentioned already, don't just stick to what you like. That's number one. Research, watch other resellers, see what's popular. Do get the stuff that you like, because that's what sparks joy. Don't stay away from that. But sold comps are number one. Number one. Even if you Google Lens something and you look at the whatever Google Lens tells you, don't trust that.
Go deeper.
Go to eBay sold comps. Even if you're not selling that thing on eBay, that's going to give you definitive green number proof of what that item has sold for recently.
Right.
So that's honestly our biggest tip. Do it in a thrift store. Do it at a yard sale. If you're not there yet to know if you should do it or not, don't be embarrassed. It's not an embarrassing thing to be a reseller. If people see you doing it, they see you doing it. You're trying to make a living. So it's better to be informed now while you're buying it than it is to be misinformed later when you've already bought it and now you can't get rid of it.
Yeah,
We
especially
speak
if
from
you have, like,
experience.
limited funds to start things like that. So
Yeah, absolutely. And we've done it. That's the only reason we say it. We're not going to tell anybody anything that we haven't already done and learned from. We're still learning and making mistakes all the time.
Yeah, I would say even go a little bit further too. You can also go to eBay's research.
Yes.
And I think it's my eBay, then research, and then go in there, and that's your. I think 3 years it can go back.
Yep. And
so if you're having trouble finding.
No, I will admit I do not do that enough. I'm looking at immediate past, and that's it. But that is a great way. You're right, to see the trends, to see things really do come in and go out.
Yes, they do.
Seasonally. So.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you're gonna get a sold comp in the summer, it might be different from something that's in the fall, specifically, especially when it comes to like glass or home decor. I would assume that it's a very seasonal thing. Just logically speaking,
you would think, but that's one of our steady ones, man. It's just every time I
can't get about that glass life. That glass life is scary.
It's terrifying.
You got nerves of steel.
I've bought some stuff, but I haven't sold it yet because I'm like
shipping.
A really beautiful set of strawberry, like summery strawberry dishes that I picked up for like $20. It's a set. It has teacups. And they're like embossed 3D, just really pretty. I like them.
Yeah.
And they go for about 150.
Mm-hmm.
But I am so terrified. Not even just the plates, but the mugs and the handles.
My biggest tip, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to. The next item that I'm terrified to ship, I saw a Tall Girl. She, Tall Girl Picker, you guys know her, of course. Pool noodles. And I'm going to do that because now granted, we just got a Fenton ruffled vase that I will not be shipping with pool noodles, but anything other than that, I'm going to try that. Like box within a box, pool noodles. And I jokingly said I'm going to start a customer, a buyback program for the bubble wrap that I use. If customers will send me back the mountains of bubble wrap that I used to wrap their items, I'll give them a discount on future purchases.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, shipping materials. I mean, things are costing now.
Yes, they are.
You guys, you obviously baking that into your cost of goods and all that other stuff. What does that look like? Has it affected your business to any extent that you can notice, or is it just
as far as Whatnot selling? Absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Because mainly I started out in Whatnot as vintage glass and decor, so that's wrapping everything within an inch of its life and box upon box, and that hurts. It does. If you're going through one roll of bubble wrap per show, because we've got really good shipping reviews, that's how you have to do it. You know, you can't just throw some paper in a box and hope for the best. You've got to do your due diligence. So when we were doing Whatnot, it absolutely hurt me. Every 2-3 shows, I was spending $45 on bubble wrap. So that hurts.
Cuts into profit.
It does, especially with everything that already comes out. But eBay, you notice that a lot less in other platforms, but things are selling slower, but for more money. So it really is a pocketbook hit when you're doing the auctions versus online.
Quick nickel, long dime. Which is your favorite platform to sell on? Obviously, the most you make money, right? But is that necessarily your favorite?
I mean, Whatnot's the most fun. I mean, even though it causes the most anxiety in my body, it is the most fun. Once you get in front of your friends and people come in and chat and you're talking and you're selling, even if you're not selling stuff, it does kind of, you get distracted from the nerves and you start having fun and stuff. But that is the most fun, the most profitable, the most, I guess, the easiest, in my opinion, really, is eBay. But yeah, the most fun's Whatnot.
Yeah, you have a lot of communication and whatnot. You actually do gain friends, and they come into your shows quite often, and they keep up with you. That's nice, and you don't get that as much with eBay and YouTube and all that.
Y'all have already had several of our friends on Gherkin Nation. Austin, and I don't know if Jag's been on or not, but maybe future Chef.
Chef was on.
Yep. They got us really into that crowd and those friends and support, and got us into the plush. They were our very first ever plushie raid train. Nice. So I mean, the people really matter. That's another reason it's so important for us to try to connect with people and tag people and talk to people, because that's the biggest part of this.
Yeah, for sure. So Bryan, I know you work a full-time job. So what do you think after that, when you get home, how many hours do you think you're putting into this thing?
Oh, I'm definitely not doing near as much as Holly.
Right.
I pretty much, I pick the lockers. I go and help clean them out, bring them home, do a lot of the going through and cleaning them. She does most of the rest of the work. So on a daily basis, I'm not putting in hours every day like she is. I might help out on occasion. I actually probably, I may only do a few hours a week sometimes, because
he works long, hard hours, and it's just in a super hot environment.
Would I love to do this full time? Absolutely. I've been 12 days straight, and then I get 2 days off. And then I work 12 days straight, and I get 2 days off. So that would be amazing to do this every day and all the time. But right now, that's until this thing picks up a whole lot more than it is now. I can't do that. So.
Well, he's got to toot his own horn a little bit, because even though he does work those hours, when we get units and we do stuff, he's coming home after those long days on his weekends off, and we're going to get these units and cleaning them out, or go to the flea market and lugging furniture and doing all this. So it's a lot more than people think about behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring that up, because I think there's a lot of folks, like I have a full-time job too, and I help my wife part-time with this as well. So I just wanted to highlight that for a second, because part-time sometimes might feel a little bit worse than full-time in some ways, because you do have your 9 to 5 to balance on top of it. So shout out to Bryan, the real one.
Absolutely.
Showing up like that for your family and your wife. That's awesome, man. That's definitely awesome. So
looks hard. He does.
It's incredible story you guys have, man. So much growth in such a short time, Ellie. Isn't that incredible?
It's terrifying. I don't know. It sounds incredible, but it's terrifying.
Man. I'm sure it feels that way, but nervous energy is exciting, right?
What is
True?
it that you say, Bob? Do it scared, fail fast.
I mean, if you're not absolutely terrified, you're just surviving. You're not thriving.
That's what I hear. That's what. If you're not scared, you're not going big.
If you're doing anything in life and you're not terrified, you should just like wake yourself up for a second, and you're not really grabbing life by the and just living it for what it is. So I encourage everybody to do and try as much as you can within reason. Now, I'm not saying to go do something notorious or whatever or implement.
Don't go quit your job and do full reselling if you're not ready for it.
Yeah, definitely. You want to do your research, and you want to. I mean, if you want to really watch a good video about like when is the right time to go full time, Cougar's Corner, Gary and Amy, they put out a great video about that. So I encourage anybody that's watching to go back and look at that to really make that decision to go full time. Would I love to be a full-time reseller? Absolutely. But I know that right now, that's just not the move. And we got to do smart moves because that's what we do, right?
Mhm.
So reselling can be so much though.
Oh,
Even if it is part-time, you could still make a really lot of money doing it if you specifically if you have a good eye for things, and like you guys have a lot of luck right out the gate for reselling, and that's really encouraging. So just any advice for when you're first picking a storage unit, like when you first crack that door, or even before that, before you like you're looking at photos online and you're kind of making your decisions. Is there anything like really what you're honing in on to make that decision when you're ready to pull that trigger?
Yes, absolutely. Me personally, I have to know that I see something in that locker that's going to make the money that I put into it. I have to see that. Now, one big gamble was the plushies because we could not see anything that was in there except, 75 trash bags that was swolled it completely. You couldn't get any bigger with them. So my gut instinct was just like, somebody has to be paying $100 and some a month to put these bags in there. I feel like we're going to take that gamble. We're going to see what's in there. But yes, for the most part, I have to see one item at least in that locker that's going to make all the money that I put into it back. I'll go a step farther and just say I like it to pay for my gas there and back and my food that day and everything. Or I just don't feel like it's worth taking that risk.
And the state of the locker is big for me. Like if it looks like somebody literally pulled up a truck and just kicked stuff out of that truck into that unit, that tells me they probably didn't care about that stuff too much, which means there probably isn't that much good stuff in there. Now, if we're just bored on a Saturday and it's $10, might we buy it? Maybe. But, as a general rule of thumb, especially when you're starting out, don't do that. Like you said, we want to be sure that they cared about their things and we see at least one thing that could potentially lead to our money back fully.
And when you're starting off, I suggest stay small at first. Like I said, it takes a lot of room to store this stuff. You have to be able to go through it and clean it. It's going to take a lot of your space up quickly. So if you can go with neat, nice, clean lockers that's just, a back of your truck full, start small, see where it grows to, because sometimes you can jump in, and I've seen so many people do it. They'll spend $1,000 on a locker and it's stuffed full of something. But I've heard people say scammer lockers, and I don't know if that's such a big thing or not. We've never really got anything quite like that, but they say some of these places will stuff just full of whatever. It's just junk, trash, and they'll put it in a nice big locker and try to auction it off. And when you get it, you think there's got to be something in there worth a lot of money. It's just huge. It's 10 feet by 20 feet. It's stacked to the ceiling. There's 20, 30 totes in there, a bunch of boxes. And then you get in there and there's just absolutely nothing but totes and boxes. Half of them's empty. The other half is trash and paperwork, and it's nothing that you can resell. So you can get burned pretty easily sometimes.
Would you say that there are certain auction companies that are better than others? Do you learn that over time? Like, is there a particular, like, there's so many self-storage places down here in Huntsville. Like, it's incredible. There's more self-storage than there is actual properties to live on. We're growing so much down here. So, which is kind of, I guess, the way it works, right?
They're popping up everywhere here. And I think it really speaks to just the consumerism that we're still living in, with all the things going to landfills and the bins and all these other places. People are still buying and spending so much that we can't hold it all. And I think mostly here, they all pretty much go through the same websites. So we use storage. He knows them better.
It's not so much as the websites that are considered bad, but some of these storage
facilities.
The
facilities
specific facilities
are better than others, no
Yeah.
doubt. And I think location means a lot.
Mhm.
And you know, you get around really nice, rich neighborhoods and storage unit.
That's just
places,
factual.
It's better. I mean,
Mhm.
there's just no doubt about it. You get into a smaller community with less,
More older people, maybe.
yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
you get a lot of better in the bigger cities and around
Mhm.
the richer communities for sure.
Yeah.
That'd
Can you
be
talk
the
a
ones
little
I would
bit-
keep my eye out on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the older. Can you talk a little bit? I know you said like you spend on gas, whatever you need for that day, plus your storage unit costs. Are there other costs incurred with storage units? For instance, trash disposal or truck rental or things like that, or um, storage. Sometimes, if you get a big enough storage unit, do you have to then pay for storage, or how does that work for you?
We don't do that.
Nope,
I've seen some people do that, so that's
Absolutely.
they
We
do.
try to stay away from it.
It just depends
Actively.
on if it's worth your money to do
Yeah.
that. Like I said, if you open a locker and you can see there's
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of dollars
Mm-hmm.
in this locker, and with the potential of being maybe 10 times what you can actually see, then it's worth putting that in
Sure.
storage for a couple months if it took
Mhm.
that long to go through and give you a place to store it because you didn't have it at home, you were filled up or whatever. So I could totally see that, and
We haven't
that
come
would,
across one
yeah,
yet.
that wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility
Mhm.
for us to do that one
Yep.
day. But right now we've tried to stay to where we can handle it.
Yeah.
We know we have the storage, and we won't get another storage unit until we free up some
Yep.
space. A lot of times
Yep.
it may be a month down the road, it may be 2 months down the road, especially in the wintertime.
Yeah.
It's cold, so
And that's another reason why we try to supplement with the thrifting and the estate sales and things like that. We've got a farm. We've got plenty of space, but we want to keep it a farm at the same time. We've got a 40-foot high cube, like we said, that's totally full pretty much right now. I can just get to my inventory shelves. So we'll get rid of some of this plush and part of that pallet we got left, and if we've got room in the trailer, we'll go load up a whole container or a storage unit that we win and keep it in the trailer and go through it and then move things from one place to another. So we try to be really intentional these days with, well, we can fit this, we can't fit that, we need to estate sale this weekend instead of storage unit or yard sale only. So it helps. It does. It helps lower the stress level.
yes.
And what about trash disposal? Or you mentioned a burn pile, but
Yeah,
do you have any
I mean,
trash disposal fees.
We're lucky to have
Yeah.
the space like that. We do have a farm, as she said, and I have a big burn pile. And
but we still got to go to the dump. We still have to take trailers full
Sure.
of metal and stuff that we get out there with our own bare hands and back up to the stinky big old dump pile. I've got video of it somewhere. I haven't posted yet.
I try to make money off everything
Still
I can
up.
do. So
You scrap
we'll
metal.
have a metal pile,
Mhm.
and we'll take $100
Yep.
worth of scrap off every couple
Yep.
months. That we've accumulated. It's the smart way to do it. If
And
you
if
go
can't-
magnet fishing for stuff in the water all the
Right.
time, and you find a bunch of metal, save it.
Yeah.
At least you're making money off something that you enjoy doing.
And if you can't do that, you have to factor in the cost of paying somebody to come get all this stuff for you and haul it off for you. One thing that I've seen people do is sell stuff right from a unit that they buy. Now we haven't done that yet, but there are people that have enough connections on Marketplace. A regular person might have 80 people that follow on my Marketplace, even though they're a beginner reseller. You can post a couch on there and sell it in 5 minutes and never have to take it out of the unit you just won.
Yeah.
Somebody
So-
pick it right up at the
Yeah,
unit.
they will. That's
don't have to
another
bring it.
option too. If you have more than one day, meet them tomorrow for that couch, and you don't have to move it.
And a lot of these storage units will make you get it within 24 hours.
Mhm.
The majority of them don't. That's
Mhm.
usually a 48-hour window and sometimes a 72-hour window. And it makes it really nice when you have that 48 hours to 72
Yeah.
hours to clean it out. Like she said, you can actually get on Marketplace and say, hey, anybody want to buy a couch real cheap? We got a washer and dryer that's we're going to let go cheap if you pick it up, and they
Yeah.
pick it up straight from the storage unit. That way
Mhm.
you're cutting that expense out right there in gas and taking it anywhere else.
Even for free. I mean, if
Yeah,
you can help somebody and there's a couch that somebody needs and you don't need to put it on your truck, win-win. Come get it.
A lot of times half of the stuff in the storage unit goes straight to Goodwill or something like
Mhm.
that, because it's just one of those things where you don't have the space for everything. You have to be selective. You have to say, this sells great. We've got a bunch of this. Let's take this home. The rest of it can go to the Goodwill because it's just something that it's not nickel and dimes, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It's not really worth your time to go through it, clean it, and all that stuff. But yet somebody else can use it, you know.
Mhm.
So go ahead and walk us through what, as soon as you click that button, you buy a storage locker. Walk us through what's happening, because I don't think I've ever asked any of our storage locker folks that question. So, okay, I click, the money gets sent, whatever the case is. Walk us through exactly what that looks like, step by step, Brian.
Okay, Brian.
Okay. So you're talking about the whole
As soon
process.
as you buy it, yeah.
The whole thing.
Okay. You find out what you want to bid on.
Mhm.
If you're the lucky winner, sometimes you're not, but you basically either can pay right there online with your card, or some places you have to pay cash at the place. They all have a cleaning deposit, so that way they reassure that you're not just going to come in there and take what you want and leave junky mess for them to clean up, which I totally get that.
It happens.
Most places make you take a picture and send it to them after you're done, and then you get your cleaning deposit back. It's usually around $100 for these storage units. I've seen them as little as $75, and some of them as big as $200 or $300. Usually, those $200 or $300 units will be the 40-footers, the ones that they expect people to leave their trash and junk in there because it takes so long. Maybe they ran out of time. Well, then they get to keep that money for their troubles. So, but then we'll go pick this stuff up and pay for it. Pay for the cleaning fee. We always make sure that we're good and clean when we're done. We sweep, make sure there's no trash, and that's it. I mean, it's a fairly simple process.
One thing to take note of is that some of these storage facilities, when you purchase the unit, a lot of these places don't have people inside the office all the time. So you'll get an email that you want a unit, and then it's upon you to contact the facility to find out what their hours are, when you can show up, what forms of payment they accept. Like you said, some places only accept cash. Some places do not accept cash at all. So then you have to decide, you got to go take cash out for your cleaning deposit, etc. You have this many hours to clean it out. Well, what happens if that storage person isn't there until tomorrow? There go part of your hours. So you need to clarify with them. You get there, you get your gate codes, go in. Sometimes they'll lead you to it. Sometimes they'll meet you there. Some of them will cut the lock off and open it for you. And then we put it back down and we start filming and we lift it up again. I mean, full transparency.
Yeah, that's pretty typical.
Yeah, that's what you got to do sometimes. And then usually it's the hunt and peck of the storage unit, and that's when you have two different ways of doing it. You either throw everything in there and get gone, or you hunt and peck and you pull the really good stuff out and we put it in the back of the truck and then everything else goes in the trailer. Or if it's a multi-day scenario where we know we're going to have to come back multiple days in a row, we pick what we're going to take right now to donate or take this home, or it depends on a per locker basis, but they all about go in that same format. And then when we get it home, does it come in the house for me to photograph immediately? Does it stay in the truck for tomorrow? Does it, where does it go then? So.
Yeah, that makes sense. For the detrash process and stuff like that, are you doing that at the locker, or are you doing that when you get home?
We try to do as much as we can at the locker. I mean, if we've got trash bags, if it's just pure trash, we're going to bag it up and probably throw it in the very back of the truck. A lot of the stuff, mainly a lot of clothes, we do wind up having to bring home because we have to go through those. There's some good money in clothes. I despise selling clothes. I'm not gonna lie, but there's really good money in it. So we are gonna go through those clothes, and we've gotten so many lockers with vintage clothes and incredible clothes that we never would have known about if we had just thrown it all away. But we've also had to burn so much. So I mean, that's another just one thing you got to bring home and go through, and then decide at that moment where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's tough. Yeah. Good.
You said you've been selling for about 2 years. Were you always recording, or did it change at some point, the process of going
Pretty
through the
quick.
lockers?
Pretty quick. I think when we first started, I've been entrepreneurial for 5 or 6 years. So I knew, you know, certain things need to be recorded. You got to put yourself out there. But it really did for us just start at the very first locker or two is, oh, we're bored. This seems exciting.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I think we had 2
Let's
lockers.
go see what we could, you know, let's go see, be nosy. That's honestly how it started. Let's go buy other people's stuff and see what they had.
I think by the 3rd time we got a locker, she had the camera and the microphone set up, and we were recording.
I was like, again, just head in. We just dove into it, and it's haven't looked back.
Yeah. So when you're going through the lockers, one last question about that: the personal items, are you bringing those back to the unit? Are you trying to reach out to the family?
Yeah. We've asked every single, and I know it's different for different areas and different people, but every facility we have ever been to, they've said we don't want it back. We won't hold it, we won't take it, and unfortunately, everything that we found except one locker, I have kept some personal items from. If we find ashes or something like that, I'm not gonna throw that away. But we found some, I believe it was some military paperwork for a gentleman, and I still have that in my possession because I know his family would want it, and I do want to try to get that specific thing back to that family. But unfortunately, for some reason, just the places around here don't want the personal items. I think we had one person say they wanted one thing. That's the only thing they wanted out of their locker. And we found that and left that with them in the locker and everything, and that was fine. But they just don't seem to do that here. And I would love it if they would, because it makes you feel horrible. I mean, to have to burn somebody's baby photos. I mean, if I knew that was happening to my stuff, and don't get me wrong, I know these units come from all different reasons and stuff like that. So a lot of these people don't even know and never will. But I know. And I do. If we owned a storage facility, I will tell you right now, I would take every personal item box and contact those people, because I think that, and that's why we're in this. One of the big reasons why I'm in this, because I like seeing things salvaged like that, and it breaks my heart.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've been to a Goodwill bins and just come across photo albums of just entire family and an entire life.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Yep. I wonder who donated that. I would never.
Yeah, it's just wild to think about. Like, you know, but that's part of reselling, that you see that stuff a lot in the game. Speaking of reselling, we do a thing here on the Launchpad Reseller Podcast. You may have heard about it, where we ask our esteemed guests if they would like to see somebody on the podcast that they think would add value to the community, and that would be a pleasure to interview. So we would love to ask you, Bryan and Holly, Storage Secrets, who would you like to see on Launchpad Reseller Podcast?
Wow. So many.
Well, I don't know if you guys have had Jag on yet. Jag Resale.
We've asked, and she's declined.
Oh,
So-
I totally get it. She's the
She's
person.
too busy, I guess.
They
fine.
are. They're the first
That's
ones
okay.
to come to
We're
mind.
not offended.
Yeah, I know they just recently went full time
Yeah.
and are killing the game in multiple different
Oh,
areas.
yeah, absolutely.
So they're the first ones that come to my brain right off the bat.
Yeah.
Really.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So anybody else? Yeah. Now's your chance.
Flippin' fam. Oh yeah. Have you guys had Flippin' fam on yet?
No, but I follow them on Whatnot, I believe. So
I mean,
yeah, we'll definitely try to reach out.
Yep,
Yeah.
reach out to them. I mean, they're awesome, and we've been following them for a while too. They're another couple team, and We've chatted back and forth, so I think it'd be really cool because they're talk about blowing up.
Yeah, right.
So
They're
Flip Fam's blowing
killing
up on Whatnots for sure.
Yeah, we love our Whatnot community. Ellie and I actually met through Whatnot, so
That's
you guys didn't know.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So
I love it. Man, never would have imagined that such a live, excitement-based platform would be one of our avenues, but it's literally been one of our greatest blessings. And I need to be more consistent. I will say that.
Preach.
That is a huge thing. To the choir. I'm in the choir. I'm horrible. I will schedule shows and I will get distracted. I will get caught up in something else and I'll be like, sorry guys, tomorrow.
I feel attacked right now.
That's that ADHD.
I'm gonna be real about it. You know, I need to work on things. We all have something we need to work on, and consistency is my number one thing. And we'll get better at it. It comes in time.
Yeah, Whatnot is very much that.
It is.
Well, reselling in general takes a lot, right?
Yeah, they want to expect you. People are taking time, out of their busy day. And it's hard for us to jump on and watch our friends at a certain time, knowing when they're going to be on. And so we understand. You've got to be consistent. People got to know when you're going to be there.
Makes sense, because if a store was open, a brick and mortar, you expect them to be there from like whatever 9 to 10.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. So, well, it's been an awesome interview. I want to thank you guys so much. Before we get out of here, I want you guys to shout out yourselves where you are on social media. You know, if you have any Whatnot shows coming up, if you want to tell us when those are. We'll start with the social media piece. Where can people find you and enjoy your content?
Sure. So we're on a few different places. I like to think the biggest one. We're over on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube, and very small following on Insta. Not sure you're going to see much from us over there right now, but we are there.
Insta's hard. Instagram is hard.
Yeah, I didn't know. It's shocking to see 11,000 people on Facebook and 300 on Instagram.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
It's that algorithm. That's where we're at. We have a tentative show scheduled tomorrow night. So if you want to see some plushies, this might actually make me for real be there tomorrow night. So
well, it'd be a good opportunity. Yeah, for sure, to lever this for that.
For sure.
So hopefully that we can grow your community and ours as well. We like to think of ourselves as a community in practice. I know Ellie and I have been doing this for about 8 months now, and we've met some awesome folks, and you are part of that story now. We can't thank you enough for being a part of Launchpad Reseller Podcast Season 2. So I want to remind you guys, if you can't be good at it. We're going to catch you on the next Launchpad Reseller Podcast. You guys hang on 1 second. I got one more thing for you offline, and I want to appreciate everybody for watching. Appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, and follow along Bryan and Holly's journey on storage secrets.